Oh, let's see what we got going on. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
6 people waiting.
We ready. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining this Reasonings live listening session. Can we get that center screen one? Yeah, there we go. What's up, everybody? Everybody in the world that's watching this, I'm grateful to have y'all with us. We are here tonight to celebrate Reasonings Live, a project that we've been working on since April. When we've been working on it longer. I actually started the beginnings of this idea around November of last year, and we got the opportunity to record in April and continue the work with Teens with a Purpose in June or July, sometime during the summer. And so now we're finally here. The project is out on all streaming platforms. You can feel free to listen to it, later when we play it, but also too, I'd encourage you to purchase it. We have a link down below to purchase it via Bandcamp, or you can purchase it on any of the other streaming platforms that you use, Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes. If you're taking it back, Napster. No, I don't think it's probably not even on Napster. I don't know. But again, thank you for being here. We got a show lined up. And without further ado, I want to introduce Teens with a Purpose. I just mentioned them. I had the great opportunity of working with this group out in Norfolk, Virginia, who's doing great work. We got some more stuff lined up to be released, might I say. And I wanted to give them the space and the floor as we begin to open up with a performance. And being that we're virtual, I wanted us to still have a recorded experience of what Teens with a Purpose is doing in Norfolk. And they had the opportunity to create a song called Cycles. And so here we have the opportunity to witness some of their work. And this song is called Cycles. Here's Teens with a Purpose.
Everything is changing. Time is moving so fast. Let the wind take me. Seasonal color.
Can y'all hear that? Thumbs up if you can hear that. Oh, y'all can hear it? Oh, perfect. I'm sorry. I stopped the video in the middle. Here we go. We're running it back. DJ.
It's fading like a friendship. Time of transition. I hope my wrongs can be fixed. I'm way beyond accepting now. I'm moving on. That cycle is dead and gone. Oh no, gonna take a lot with me. I learned a lot along the way. Now I'm moving on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I've been solo lately. Burning sage to clear the space, make room for forward thinking. But it's 3 a.m. This poem's getting lengthy. Been chasing my dreams instead of chasing ladies. I swear I'm searching for myself. And now I'm moving on. cycle is dead and gone. Oh, 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 Gonna take a lot with me. I learned a lot along the way, and now I'm moving on. I'm a highly thoughtful individual. I've been left behind, alone in my mind, ever's left residual. I'm walking outside, trying not to hide. Why is this so difficult? So please allow me to give you a visual of my life. Had the greatest cousin, he taught me everything I know. Had a girl I loved, but I had to let go. Had another loved her, and now I hope she flies high. I lost everything I loved, so now I make few things mine. Now I'm doing good, I'm building back my pride. Thankful for my hood, my brother's down the ride. I'm looking at my new thing, how she's so fine. Crazy roller coasters, take me on a ride. I'm building back now, I'm building up my pride, patching up inside so much better, oh wow. I just wish I could go back and tell me it's alright, 'cause we're stronger now. Oh, we're stronger now. Yes, we're stronger now. Oh, we're stronger. I use this as confession. Music help me let go. My head is full of questions. I'm finding light in my soul. I wasn't always honest. I held a lot inside. I watched the version of me vanish. I was doing damage, searching for an answer, racing in a bunch of circles. I was lost, jaded by the smoke and mirrors falling off. People that I call friends falling off, not picking up calls. I was doing bad job, was doing bad job. I use this as confession. Music help me let go. As confession, yeah. Music help me let go. I use this as confession, yeah. Music help me let go. I use this as confession, yeah. Music help me let go. And now I'm moving on. That cycle is dead and gone.
Share, Justin. All right, we ready. Yep. Yo, hey, before we get started, man, everybody put the hand clap emoji in the YouTube comments, because that song is so fire, man. That song is so fire. Thank you, Andre, for being here, man. And without further ado, everybody, this is Andre Love, the creative program manager at Teens with a Purpose.
Yes, sir. What's going on, good people? Hello. What's up, Chris?
What's up, bro? Hey, man, it's great to have you here. I appreciate you and Teens with a Purpose and all that y'all do. And so, wanted to highlight y'all's work and what it is that y'all do on a daily basis with the youth in Norfolk. So let's get started by talking a little bit about that song. Like, can you tell us a little bit more about the song and what it means to you?
Oh yeah, definitely. First and foremost, I have to give a shout out to Irene Saeed and Duran Glass III. Irene was the cellist. I don't know the proper way to say it, but the cello player. And Duran was the other vocalist up there that you saw in the video and heard on the track. So first and foremost, shout out to them. But that song Cycles is actually, it's kind of old. I wrote that about, I would say 4 years ago.
Sure.
And exactly what the song like is talking about is what was happening
Mhm.
like in my life personally. And the more I shared that song like with people, I was kind of finding, almost like finding community in that same space,
Mm.
you know. And oddly enough, that's like one of the teens favorite songs like of mine ever. Like they're like, yo,
Yeah.
play Cycles. So yeah, like we've like jammed on the song like before, even like Duran, like before we made it into what it is now. Like we've jammed on it before, I've had conversations around it, like in workshops and just in like just regular just like talking.
Yeah.
Um and yeah, so it's been like a lasting kind of thing in the organization, you know.
That's super dope that they get to sit with the music that you create as well as like the music that they create too. And so I hear you say like y'all jammed on it in the past, y'all talked about it in the past, and so y'all have these experiences together with the music. And so it sounds like you're around them a lot. Can you
Oh,
share a little
definitely.
bit more about like the programming and the work that y'all do with teens with the purpose?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, Teens with a Purpose is a nonprofit youth-led empowerment organization, and one of the main vehicles we use to empower the youth is the creative arts. So music, dance, poetry, storytelling,
Mhm.
just learning how to hold space with one another. We do healing circles together. We go into schools and we've started poetry clubs in schools all over the 757 called Hear This. Shout out to the clubs.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, and the coolest thing for me to witness is it's the young people in the forefront. And when I say in the forefront, meaning they they steer the ship. Like what we have a focus on is what the young people bring. You
right.
know, it's all about that. Even down to we have a community garden now over by the center in
Beautiful.
downtown Norfolk. That was the brainchild of one of the teens in the program, and they asked Mama D, our director, and what did he say? He's like, Mama D, why can't we just have grass out here?
Mm,
Like
mm,
like in addition to our area being a food desert, like where the garden sits now, it was nothing. It was a vacant gravel lot. And we started in the parking lot of the center, which is across the street, building that garden, had a couple beds there, and then years later, now we occupy that half an acre. And
nice.
so, and I just wanted to bring that up because that's kind of like what it's all about. Like
Yeah.
it's manifesting the dreams, aspirations, curiosities of young people. And a lot of the young people we serve are underserved youth, are marginalized youth,
Mhm.
have been written off one way or another. Just the stories that come out of the center. It's like it's very compelling, it's powerful, sometimes heavy,
Yeah.
but it is also why we do this work. I say we because Mama D, it's my mom, you
Yeah.
know.
Shout out to Mama D, man. Such an
Yeah, shout
amazing
out, shout
person,
out to you,
man.
Mama D.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah. And so I imagine like, from going to concrete to a garden and what y'all call it's called Purpose Park, right?
Yep.
Purpose Park in Norfolk. So if you're ever in Norfolk, make sure you stop by Purpose Park and check it out. They hold festivals there,
Hmm.
community gatherings, and it's
Yep.
right in the middle of a high traffic area. So people are always walking past and they're able to see the work and what Teams with a Purpose has done in that space is just amazing. And I think it's great that you guys are there too, because I think of access, right?
Mm. Yes.
The a lot of the youth that y'all serve could just walk to the building. And so to
Hmm.
be able to have something like that they could go to after school or during summer breaks and have high quality programming, like
Definitely.
that's such an amazing thing, man. So Yeah,
And
gratitude.
it's free. And
It's
it's free. All the programming is free.
would you mind sharing a little bit more about the programming that y'all do provide?
Oh, definitely. So right now we do after school programming from Monday to Thursday. So pretty much between like 2 and 5:30, we have different kinds of programs. We do different things on different days. Like I said before, like there's a lot of poetry, music, a lot of the arts involved. We also have great community partners like the Chrysler Museum. So we go glass blowing on Wednesdays.
Mm,
Um, they go to steel pans on Thursdays. So just exposing young people to all different kinds of things that are right here in our community. Like we go to MacArthur Mall. Um, for the steel pan workshops, and it, like I don't get to go all the time 'cause I be in the office, but a couple times,
Getting it
they be in there jamming for real.
in.
So that we also have on Saturdays is our hip turn program, and that's working in our community garden. We have the opportunity to give some young people stipends, so it's like entry into agriculture, environmental justice, also just learning about what it means to not even not even what it means to have a job, but just to be rewarded in a way that you can actually hold,
Yeah.
for like what you're giving back, what you're putting back into the earth and into the community. So we have that, and I have to make sure I get these because yeah.
She gonna get it on you.
Yeah, and the last program I will mention is the Better Choices program. That is a specialized program for it is interventional kind of program.
Mhm.
So for like young people that are already in the life and on the way to maybe getting in trouble, or like people are starting to like close doors and close off opportunities because of whatever situation, whatever walk of life. It's a specialized program for young people, and the main goal is really to take somebody from maybe being pre-contemplative to contemplative about like the possibilities in their life.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you don't have to, oh, I'm a changed person. Like if you even get to the point where I'm thinking about it, then that's a success. That's considered success,
Awesome.
at least in my book. So those are the programs. I'm sure there's a lot more. I'll hear from my staff later.
Yeah.
But yes, and like I said, we're in the
No,
schools as well, doing the Hear This Poetry Club.
nice.
Um, Beautiful things.
Beautiful.
Lots of ways you can get involved.
Yeah, word. Yeah, and that's kind of like my closeout question for you. But first, before you get there, just thank you for being here, Andre, and sharing all of that information. But yeah, share with the people how they can either get involved with Teens with a Purpose, either through donation or through donation of time, and how can they be in contact with you to hear more of your music.
Definitely. Um, our website is twpthemovement.org. Again, twpthemovement.org. We're also on all social media. So I always recommend Instagram. I guess that's like a good middle ground. But it's TWP the movement. You'll see the emblem that was on the video. That's the logo.
Mhm.
And yeah, just reach out in that way. On that website, there's opportunities like for you to donate. There's information on how you can get your young people involved, or if you want to volunteer and just get down with the work. Like all of those things are up there. Yes, and you can also, if you want to directly like reach me if you have questions, slide right on back over to Instagram, and and it's we love you _ Andre. I'm the creative program manager. There's a lot of folks on the team. Like shout out to everybody. But yeah, you got questions, we got answers, and that's how you can get involved and get in contact.
Yeah, dope. Thank you, Andre, man. Really appreciate your time tonight and celebrating this project with us.
Oh
And
yes,
there's so much more work to be done. and so much more work that we are doing. So I'm excited for the things that Teens with a Purpose and I have that we're working on in the future. And so again, thank you for showing up tonight, man. See you soon.
Yeah, and thank you for showing up for us, bro.
You know it.
Much love, man.
You know it. You know it. Much love.
All
Peace.
right.
So yeah, that's Teens with a Purpose. Thank y'all again for being here. We got some people on YouTube streaming live. This is the Reason is Live listening session celebration. And so just before we go into the next thing, I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that we're having a live album release show tomorrow night. If you're in Richmond or near Richmond or want to come to Richmond, visit the link down below and get your tickets. It's going to be an amazing show. And I bet the people that's going to be on stage a little bit later will tell you that for sure. And so before we hop into the next video and the next conversation, I wanted to see who's in the building. Like everybody put, yeah, by the bar, DJ West. Yes, sir. He's gonna be rocking the 1s and 2s, so he in the building with us. Love it. Let's see who else is in the building. What state you from? Put your states in the YouTube chat, or you can put your name in the YouTube chat. Let's see who's in the building. Let's see who's in the building before we get into the next conversation. Awesome. Dope. And so I wanted to introduce this next video that we have. It's a conversation between me and Asa Jackson, who's the executive director of the CAN Foundation and Contemporary Arts Network. And I'll actually let him introduce himself. But this is the conversation called Conversations in Art. We're talking about kind of the beginnings of Reason is Live and my music making process and career. And so this is our last conversation before we actually get into the music. But this is part 1. We'll watch part 2 a little bit later in this session, in this video. So here's Conversations in Art, part 1.
Conversations in Art. I'm your host today. My name is Asa Jackson. I'm the executive director of the CAN Foundation. And I'm here with a very special guest, a friend, a collaborator, a fellow artist, Chris Jeter, better known as ID or ID Jeter. Yo, Chris.
Oh, hey, you just made me appear out of thin air, man.
How's it going?
What's up, Ace?
I was just going through all the AKAs in my mind. I was like, should I try to pull out some more AKAs? But since we're kicking it off, man, tell them what ID stands for. Tell our guests, tell our audience, what ID stands for.
Yeah, so ID stands for Intelligent Design. And if you know, it's funny, I had a conversation with your mom, Ace, and she was the first person to ever know what that means. That when I said it off the rip, she's like, "Oh God," and I'm like, "Yeah." But it's funny how that name kind of came. I'm a big fan of the Roots, and when I was growing up, I listened to a song called "Clock with No Hands," and on that song, he mentioned intelligent design, and I really liked the way that he said it, and it just got me into the space of just what does that even mean? And so I try to create from that space. It's not saying that I am God, but more so of the idea that my gifts come from God, and trying to lift up humanity and community and everybody with the words that I say. So it's more so of a space that I tap into when I create, tap into that space of intelligent design. So that's where that came from, and that's what that means for me.
Absolutely, man. Knowing you for years, I've seen you in different capacities, helping the community in different ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, over the years, getting to know you as a musician, as an artist, as a performer, has been really something to see, and what you bring to the table, the amount of thoughtfulness in your craft, but also what happens behind the scenes, right? I think is really interesting, right? And I've seen a lot of growth, but I know that digging into your history a little bit, your journey has gone in different directions.
Yeah.
But thinking about the art, where it started, how it's developed, where it's taken you. Speak to some of your origins as a recording artist, how your journey began there, and some of the highlights of it.
Yeah. So, my experience as an artist kind of dates back to like my youth. I had the opportunity to be a part of jazz band growing up, and as a part of the school that I went to, Achievable Dream, we had a jazz band there, and that was kind of like my formative years in being a musician, learning how to play trumpet and practicing that all the way through high school. And I just kind of got back into that like more recently. But as a rapper, man, like growing up, I got to see and watch my uncles, and one of my uncles was a rapper, and he had like tapes and stuff that I would listen to over and over again and really appreciate, how he approached the craft and just lyricism in general. And another one of my uncles used to give me tapes and CDs and things like that, and that experience like really had me like, yo, I want to learn how to do this. So I have books and journals, and got into making beats at a early age, and a lot of that stuff kind of carried with me, but it also became something that I didn't really like to put out in the forefront. And after like college, especially during college, and then after college, through COVID, this is something that I'm like, I'm still writing and I'm still recording in my house, and nobody's hearing this, but I got built up the urge to want to share and put myself out there to the world, for the world to see. And that was where the first project, Return of the Free, came from, because it was that breaking out of this fear of, oh, people won't like my music, or people won't appreciate my music because of the things that I like to talk about and how different, quote unquote, that is. And so just breaking out of that shell, and I'm still working on breaking out of that shell as we speak. It's still kind of difficult to want to push and put myself out there as an artist, in that way that I like to create. And so that was kind of the push into Return of the Free. And that felt good, right? To put this project out and people really appreciate it and like it and enjoy it. And that felt good. And it also felt good for me to be able to like express myself in that way. And so I was just really appreciative of the feedback that I received. And also too, how I was able to put that together, and how it felt being behind the mic. And so that was the biggest part. Like I enjoyed being behind the mic. I enjoyed what I was able to write and share and create, and the people that came along with me on that journey. So that was Return of the Free. And so it took me 2 years to get to this point, to this project, but that's kind of how we got there. Like just still sitting in life, looking around and seeing like, okay, what are the things that I want to talk about now that is very important to the community? And that's how Reasonings Live came about.
Yeah. Well, man, I have to really, commend you on two things. Number one, from a musical standpoint, from a lyrical standpoint, the content of your work, I think is so refreshing, right? Um, to hear music that is, number one, very thoughtful, but also coming from a hip hop rap perspective that is not completely about the artist,
Mm,
speaking from a first person glorification perspective, but actually giving us things to think about, giving the listener relatable things to explore. Um, I got to commend that because everything that I've heard has been thorough in that way,
Thank you.
mind opening and refreshing. And then the other thing that I have to commend you on is the momentum at which you've been able to execute in a short amount of time, even though the buildup might have been, building up the skill, the technique, the urge to put your work out there, right?
Right.
But got out there, um, man, what you've been able to do and accomplish with the type of dynamic movements that you've been making has really been also very refreshing to watch. And
Thank
so
you.
that's one of the things I want to touch on, right? Like like in that, seeing that first project come out a couple of years ago, and then as a rapper, right, as a hip hop artist, become a songwriting fellow for the state of Virginia.
Hmm.
Um, what'd you do? I think we all can say we know thousands of rappers. We all know a couple thousand rappers, right?
Right.
We're from, but I don't know if I've ever heard of one being called a fellow for a state fellowship. For
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that or experienced that. But also to come out in the first year and a half, and be able to um, obtain that status and recognition, I think is really amazing. But then also, thinking about approaching studio time, thinking about recording album beyond just the content, the mechanics that has to go into that, right? How do you
Mhm.
pay for it? How do you promote it? How do you get it out there? How do you reach a fan base? I think, you've had some very dynamic um, fundraising mechanisms, scenarios, support. You want to speak on some of that? Give some insight to our listeners.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much for that. And I honestly, um, thank you for commending me for those things. And I appreciate that. It feels good to hear, but also too, like that is a big thing of the people that I've been connected to too. So, this project wouldn't be done without all of the people that I know and the musicians, without you and the can, without, my partner and her expertise in social media and being able to reach, and my family's support. And so, I always want to extend that thank you to everybody who's close by, who's near in this process of me, getting my workout, because it ain't just me for sure. Um, but to the fundraising point, it really is about, like, it's been interesting because I'm just trying to find my way, and with that, I've just been resourceful. So, in the way of trying to fundraise, that's connecting with organizations, statewide organizations like the Virginia Commission for the Arts, who has the fellowship program, who gives artists dollars to do their work. Also, Virginia Humanities, out in Charlottesville, who does work around communities and storytelling. And so, and with the can and their the CANtemporary's fellowship, I think being creative in that way is like bringing the intersection of artistry and storytelling, or artistry and some sort of community engagement tactic that allows you to be able to reach the people in the community and make music not just about art, but about uplifting the community and seeing some sort of social change. And I think that has, lit my fundraising efforts, and reaching out to those organizations that give dollars to people who execute in that way, has been kind of my push, has been like a motivating factor for me to see what organizations, want to be innovative in their approach to community work and
Right.
community engagement. And I think hip hop music offers that opportunity to be able to do that, and it's been super cool to see. And super cool to see like the people who are like, yeah, we want to engage you, in this way, like what you're doing is cool. And so that's allowed me to fuel my work on the community level, but also to fuel my work as an artist.
Yeah.
So that's been my approach to fundraising.
So also, you touched on the outreach side of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think within your music is a message that is meant to be heard by people, that is meant to uplift, right?
Right.
And watching the moves within the community, I know that you've been partnering and teaming up with other organizations and youth organizations to do certain work,
Right.
further the artistry, but also the community growth. You want to speak on that?
Yeah. So with I've been working with Teens with a Purpose out in Norfolk, Virginia, and thankfully we had them here today, and this is pre-recorded, but so like they'll be here for the listening session to perform, and you'll get to see them in the work that they create. But it was amazing through the CANtemporary's fellowship to be able to connect with Teens with a Purpose to do a workshop based around resilience, which is the project's theme. And so, this project tackles, big and large topics around like gun violence and community gun violence, especially with all the mass shootings going on. And I was a school counselor at once and thinking about all of the students who have been impacted by that. And I am this was something that was pressing and on my heart and mind. And so to be able to go in with Teens with a Purpose and, youth who have had real life experience of dealing with the effects of gun violence was such an amazing by those youth and what they wrote and what they were able to create. And so, and more on that in the future too. Like we were able to create 2 tracks, and they recorded response poems to 2 of the songs on the album, Ubuntu and Search for the Crown. And so I'm super excited for the world to hear their words and their perspective on what we were able to do based on their life and their experiences. And so that was a huge experience. That was probably the largest, the biggest project that I've done thus far, but also to shout out to the Visual Arts Center of Richmond, finishing up art after school program with them where I'm doing hip hop and mindfulness with them. We actually just finished that up today. And just furthering the work and like I'm grateful for all the organizations that will allow me to come in and do this work at the intersection of hip hop and mindfulness.
Man, I love this, right? Because when we were growing up, I remember our parents telling us, trying to get us to like focus on schoolwork and things like, if you can remember that math problem like you remember that rap song, right? Right. But it's cool to see the tool that it is.
Yeah.
And the effects that it can have on right brain, left brain, and storytelling, problem solving.
Yeah.
Education, and how that tool, that form can be used that way, and people like yourself doing that work, man. That's awesome.
Thank you. I think to that point too, it just allows them to reflect and really, sit in their experiences of the things that they've gone through. Some of the stories that I heard from the youth that were at the workshop with Teens with a Purpose, which were like as recent as like the day before the workshop began, they had experiences with like gun violence and things like that. Like just, they were able to sit and reflect on and write about, and that's a part of healing and processing, what's going on. And even with, the Visual Arts Center, which didn't go as deep into the resilience factor, but it's still like giving them these tools to beat make and write like, hey, here's a platform and software that you can use to record and beat make, and they have those tools readily available whenever they need it, right? And you know, I love to see the look on their faces when they're like, yo, I get it, it's clicking.
Yeah.
Like, and then also too, like being able to connect, you know, life to the music. I think it's always cool. You know, it promotes growth in such a cool way.
Yeah, giving them tools to be able to maneuver through this thing of life.
100%.
In a creative way. Yeah, I love that. I love that. One thing that I keep hearing as you're talking that I want to key in on now is you keep saying we.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's always we, man.
exactly, right. And I love that. I love that about you. I love it when I hear people talk about and acknowledge the effort, the collective effort that all of life takes, right? And so, you know, I want to start off thinking about the two fellowships and residencies, you know, that you were in, the Virginia Commission for the Arts Fellowship and the CANtemporary's residency, and how both of those were sort of cohorts of multiple artists that represent different genres, right? So I know as a fellow, as with the fellowship, there was a certain amount of artists that I believe were all songwriters at the time,
Correct.
different genres, and then with the residency, there was several different artists of different disciplines, whether it's music, arts, what have you.
Yeah.
You got the opportunity to be amongst groups and collaborate, get out of the singular box, and talk about what that was like, and then how you use that to springboard into, you know, this new album.
Man, yo, that was actually difficult because it's like you're around people who are like working at a high level and are super good at their craft. And I say difficult too because, you know, as artists, you kind of look at what you're doing and you kind of look over there. You're like, all right, what they doing, and you know, sometimes you can feel a little bit like, oh, I need to do more, right? But also too in that sense, it was motivating, and I'm grateful for all of the residents and fellows from the songwriting fellowship, and also too is dope because I've been able to collaborate, you know, with them, whether it's like, hey, we're gonna do a show together. You know, Tyler Donovan was a resident with me at the Contemporaries Fellowship, and he's performing at the album release show. Orion Red Wolf is a fellow at the Virginia Commission for the Arts, and he decided to join the band for this project. And so, you know, like looking over and being like, I gotta do more, but also too being motivated to work with them.
Sure.
It is a beautiful experience too. So it's like, you know, you want to go fast, go alone. You want to go far, go together. You know,
Yeah.
and so that's kind of been that approach. How can I connect with these people to create something that's impactful and is helpful? And I'm grateful to be able to see what everybody else is doing because it gives that motivation.
Right.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? So that was part one of our conversations and arts with the Contemporary Arts Network out of Newport News, Virginia, the executive director, Asa Jackson. Shout out to them, pay them a visit on their socials as well. And yeah, thank y'all for being here, everybody that is here. We are like this close to getting the music jumping, and I got a surprise for y'all. And so I'm excited for the opportunity to share the album and all of the other things that I'm going to share. I'm trying to not say it directly, so I'm dancing around my words. So yeah, but before we do that, before we show that video, I'm glad to see there's so many people in here in the chat, and thank you to everybody that's watching live. Thank you to everybody that's watching after the live. I see that we had Oklahoma in here. We got Newport News and Hampton 7.5 in here. We got Brooklyn in here. We got so many people that are here supporting the music, supporting the wave, supporting the vibes. And I want to say thank you. And if you haven't already on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my channel. We got so many more videos that's dropping, music videos, conversations, different things that are dropping soon. And I don't want you to miss that. So this is like my YouTube plug, like YouTubers and streamers say, like and subscribe the video if you like my content. So, but again, man, for real, thank you so much. And so now let's get into it. The surprise that I have for y'all, we're gonna play the album, yes, but what I want to do first is, this has not been shown yet. This has not been, circulated in around the internets yet. And first, I want to start off our listening portion of the session with the Water Part 2 music video. And so this is hot off the press. This was just sent to me probably 10-15 minutes ago. So we all watching this together for the first time. This is the world premiere of the Water Part 2 music video, which is the first track on the album. So this is how we're going to start off our listening session tonight, with the video. And I hope y'all enjoy it. The vibes are here.
Hi, Benjamin.
Hold up, y'all moving so darn fast.
Merry Christmas, y'all. What is that? You scared of Santa Claus? Whoa. I never seen a Santa Claus.
You on your bike, Christopher? Like it? Merry Christmas, big head, Ashley.
I don't have a big head.
What?
The waters, they running deep, so deep, like memories of joy, pain, of peace. Connecting, remembering why I'm here and who brought me to be. Streams of thought, streams of time, streams of life sustain me here to harmonize. Streams of thought, streams of time, streams of life sustain me here to harmonize. The streams of thought, streams of time, streams of life sustain me here to harmonize. Streams of thought, streams of time, streams of life sustain me here to harmonize. With the heavens and remember. The heavens and remember. With the heavens, oh, and remember. With the heavens and remember. The streams of thought, streams of time, streams of life sustain me here to home. With the heavens Take it there. No, 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 no. Oh, it never hurts. They calling me. The waters, they running deep, so deep, like memories of joy, of pain, and peace. Connect me, remembering why I'm here. And new glory to me. Water flows to the center, and I remember connecting the memories of loved ones who enter the spirit plane. Then I flow back to the present with gifts of the source to pour water and cleanse my every step. Oh, the waters, in my every thought. Oh, the waters, remembering the stories of strength and ancestors, reconnecting the broken pieces and healing wounds. Alas, TJ is here, Ebo is present, dancing and flying, and joy to be here in essence, teaching a lesson. Clarify the waters, connect us abundant with blessings. The waters are a tool to the heavens. The water supplies. The waters. The waters are wide. The waters. The waters unite. Oh, the waters. The water brings life. The waters, they run deep, so deep, like memories of joy, of pain, of peace. Connect me, remembering why I'm here. Ooh, glory to me. Oh, the waters, I swear they calling me. Oh, the waters, I swear they calling me. The waters, I swear they calling me. Oh, the waters, I swear they're running deep. Oh, the waters, the waters, the waters, the waters, no, 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 no. Oh, the waters, I swear they're running deep. Oh, the waters, oh, the waters, I swear they're running deep. Oh, the waters, swear they're running deep. Oh, the waters, I swear they're running deep. Oh, the waters, I swear they're running deep, yeah. Oh, the waters, I swear they're running deep, yeah. Oh, the waters, I swear they're running deep. Come on. I swear they're running deep. Oh, the waters, I swear they're running deep. It's information the waters contain. Sustain, release, cleanse, cycle again. A raft we took delivered us all on this plane. Through the canal, the water's domain. It's information the waters contain. Sustain, release, cleanse, cycle again. A raft we took delivered us all on this plane. Through the canal, the water's domain. It's information the waters contain. Sustain, release, cleanse, cycle again. A raft we took delivered us all on this plane. Through the canal, the water's domain.
Wave, Christopher. Wave. Wave at me. All right, go ahead.
Fantastic, fellas.
Yo, man, thank y'all so much for watching that, man. oof, it's I don't even know what to say to that video. Like, yeah, it makes me so emotional and cry like often that song. And when we recorded it, it was the same. Orion, I feel like Orion, who y'all will see in a minute, really, really captured it perfectly when he said like that song allowed it. Like I think he said it made everybody wavy or something like that. It made everybody, and pretty much he was trying to say it made almost everybody cry. When we recorded that. And I'm just grateful that y'all are here to watch it with us. And I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, let me know how y'all feel about this. I see some people in the chat, very, very nostalgic feel. How'd y'all feel about that? And as we keep the conversation going, I will show this up on the screen and keep the vibes flowing. So on the album, if you've heard it already, that's the first track, The Water Part 1. And so before we go into the next track, which is Ubuntu, I want to introduce the band up to the stage. So we have Rakim Yarborough, who's on the bass on the project, who's next to Patrick Moss, whose name's not on the thing, but it's all good. Yeah, y'all on mute. Unmute.
All right, so both of us had our devices going at the same time, and it was causing some difficulties. So we decided to share a space.
Hey, look,
hey man, video was crazy.
Thank you, bro. So as soon as you turn the mic on, you hit me with a. So what had happened was
pretty much.
Thank y'all for being here, man. So next up, we got Zach Cross, who was on the keys for the project. What's up, Zach?
What's up?
How you doing, my brother?
Good. Just hanging out. Just ate a little dinner.
Word. That's good. Yeah, I hope y'all out there eating too, because this is gonna be a long one. Dave, we got Dave, who is an additional vocal on the project, man. Y'all heard his voice. What's up, Dave?
What's going on?
Nothing much, my brother. And none other than our executive producer, Justin Hernandez, who's in the building.
Woo! With that pipe.
OG. Hold on. I gotta turn my mic on. What up, baby?
What up?
Black Leonardo. I see you.
What's good? What's up?
Yeah.
So everybody, we probably have some others join.
Hold up, where Orion at?
Orion, he's gonna be here in a second. Okay. So he's gonna join us in a minute. But yeah, so we're gonna and when he gets here, we'll pull him up on the stage. But how I want this to go is a little commentary about each track as we go through them. We know the tracks are long, but we got nothing but time over here. And so what we'll do is just talk a little bit after each track, and then we'll go into the next one and do that, so on and so forth. I see you out there, Pat Black, in the comments.
Who is this?
Yeah. So any reflections on the water?
My brother. You can't be one of them. The one that's in
Any reflections on the water?
The
water.
Like, I'm sorry. I didn't know if anybody else was going to talk.
Go ahead, just pop it off.
The water, man. I was telling my girl. It's so damn pretty, like the melody in general, like when it come on, it's like the way Orion was on the guitar, everybody was laid back, I think the part about it that gave space for it to be as flowing as it was, was that like that was the vibe, like that's how we was all feel, like we were all so vulnerable, like we was in the space. I felt like we all felt like we was in the space where we could put our guard down a little bit, and it was time to cook, and we all cooked in our own ways. And then when we got together, it was just, the chemistry was crazy. There's a reason why Rakim and Pat on the same screen, you know what I mean? Like they was locked in. Like I noticed that when I first walked in, you know what I mean? But the water was yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say. I ain't gonna talk too much.
Anybody else want to jump in there before we hop to the next one?
Yeah, I'll go.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Rakim.
Oh, okay, let me go. Oh my God, you next, Zach. With the water, I feel like the water was just so. It was one of those moments where we was playing, and you had your moment. It was kind of like it was a little hesitation with which everybody was like, "Do we stop? Do we wait till this moment is over?" But it was everybody kind of looked at it and was like, "No, let's just keep going and see what happened and what goes." And what turned out, I mean, as you all can see, it just turned out to be so beautiful and organic. Like nothing was planned. Like it was really just, hey, yo, keep going. We're not gonna stop. You know what I mean? We're just gonna see how it go. And if we gotta stop, we stop. But we just let it flow and it went, and it was just a masterpiece at the end of the day.
Sure.
I think. Can I?
Yeah, I think just to follow up with what Rakim was just saying, it was very organic from start to finish with each one of the songs. Particularly the water, probably just from the emotionality that we've been talking about with that. It just really, we were all able to flow, flow like the water.
be the water. Go ahead, Pat.
Oh, what I was gonna say, man, is just to piggyback off of both of them now at this point. I think we did a real good job of allowing people to tap into that next level. And like we could have easily stopped once we saw You Have a Moment, but I think it wasn't. We got past the hesitancy and was like, "Yo, let's help him tap in. And like he got to get through this." And even just at the end, whenever you walked out at the end of the song, just was like, "Look, let him have his moment." Like that needed to happen. And that was I think there was a moment where like we really, really bonded. It was like we played together like we've been playing together for years, but it was literally just.
Yeah, you're right. That one set the tone. It set the tone. Yeah. It took it from just being a recording session,
Yeah.
It took it from just being a production. This was an experience.
Right.
And was that the first song on Sunday? Was that the first song we did on Sunday?
Yeah, that was the first song after the fire.
Yeah, and that's how we popped off the session. Golly. Then we went, man. Go ahead, man.
Dave, you wanted to jump in there before we go to the next one?
Sure. Yeah, man. I'm just pretty much piggybacking like everybody else, but the water was definitely therapeutic, man. Therapeutic. I mean, they're all therapeutic songs, but the water was a nice way, as everyone else said, to set the tone, set the vibe. And then I'm pretty sure a lot of us have been in different sessions where it's the quintessential. This is we're working together, we're making this project, but it's not necessarily this deep, So to actually have that experience, I think that was like the first time ever that I've actually had an experience like that. So that was dope. So being able to have a moment where we can kind of, let go and just allow whatever emotions that we're feeling to kind of run their course. That was a beautiful moment in and of itself. So for me, definitely the water is like, it was an excellent way to kind of, and I was late to the whole party, by a day, but still, by the time I got there, y'all were already in a groove. So I just fit like a, piece, like a Lego piece, So it was cool, being cast in that role to play that certain part. So loved it, man.
You was on time. You was on time, Dave.
Yeah, you was the missing link, bro. You came in.
And just for context too, when y'all listen to the project on your streaming platform, you'll notice that at the end of the song, like the tape still keeps running, and you'll hear me like walk out of the door and close the door. It was like dead silence. You could hear a pin drop. And even I don't think you see it in the video, but like I walked off and walked outside because it was like I just felt so much emotion, man. I was letting it out in the video, but I was also containing myself too because I didn't want to lose that take. And so when I walked outside and closed the door, it was just like it all came running forward, and it was crazy because like you hear Justin like, whatever he said, I think it was like something like great take or like amazing fellas or something like that. So you hear that in the album, and that's why we wanted to make this experience like, yo, you're here in the cabin with us. And also with that, I think the video captures it really well, because if you notice, I'm like singing the song and everything is flashing, like the VHS tapes are playing, and I'm remembering my grandmother, my cousins, my family, my aunts, my uncles, and all of those things that they supported me with and helped me with throughout my life, and just grateful for them, and that's what made me cry, And so I think the video did a great job of capturing that. It's like the memories, remembering, and all of that stuff just kept coming back to the forefront. So thanks for watching that video, y'all. So y'all can say, everybody that's in this live can say that y'all were the first person to see, y'all were the first group of people to see the Water Part 2 music video. So thank you. And so now we're going to get into song number 2 here on Reasonings Live, and that is Ubuntu, another fire track. Here we go.
I hit the ground, mind's racing, and can't ignore, heart flutters, fears hit, reflected off the floor, begin to wonder, eyes closed. I've been here before and now I'm worried. Ink scrolls, a part of me is torn, newscast, hit the screen, and they out my hood, reporters say he critical. I think he gone for good, imagine wings, descending from the heaven skies, a soul's cry, heart broke, whether he gone or not, legend has it. Shots ring, 11th grade, hot blade, exited life. Probably afraid I couldn't fathom a bullet versus a heart racing. That bullet served as his graduation.
Shots ring, and we all hear the pain we can all see. Changes you and me, the hurt, the screams, the tears of our dreams, yeah. To see
this ripples out beyond the initial sound is in the ground. The blood, we stand upon it now to freeze frames. The stories imprinted on our brains and carried out through reflexes unconscious. Now I see the hurt influencing how we move about. I hear the pain topple the peace. Whenever it's around, I feel a grief. From the depths of my soul, I cry it out, and I'm concerned that too few will listen now. What do we do with the inner chaos producing rage? How do we build up support so we all feel okay? No more the days we see from afar and stand away when our neighbors are hurting out loud in pain. No more the days hiding away, too ashamed, too afraid to reach deep and unrestrained. We cut the chains, getting loose, stopping the pain, bringing light to the darkest bits of communal strain. Before that gun rips apart another family, Ubuntu. Those shots ring, we all grieve. Tears and pain cut the seams of a community, and tears a piece of you and I, we all bleed. Before that gun rips apart another family, Ubuntu. Those shots ring, we all grieve. Tears and pain cut the seams of a community, and tears a piece of you and I, we all bleed.
The shots ring, and we all hear the pain we can all see. It changes you and me, the hurt, the screams, the tears of our dreams, yeah, hurt indeed to see us bleed. The shots ring, and we all hear the pain we can all see. It changes you and me, the hurt, the screams, the tears of our dream, yeah, hurt indeed to see us bleed. We all hear the pain we can all see. It changes you and me. The hurt, the screams, dreams hurt indeed to see you bleed. And we all hear pain, we can all see change you and me. The hurt, the screams, the tears of our dreams, yeah, hurt deep to see us bleed. Shots ring, and we hear said it changes you and me. Pain, the tears of our dreams, yeah, yeah, it hurts to see. And we all hear the pain. We all we all hear the pain, the pain, the pain. It changes you and me, yeah, yeah. To see us so pleased. And we all hear the pain. Oh, yeah. Change you and me. We all hear, and we all see, we see the pain changes you and me. And the shots, they ring, they ring, then they ring, they ring, yeah. And we all hear, yeah, the pain we can all see. It changes you and me. The hurt, the pain, the screams. We all hear, change you and me. We all hear.
Yo, yeah. Hey, everybody. My eyes are like burning for some reason, man. I don't know, maybe I'm crying.
Been working on that screen so long, man.
Hey, everybody. As we continue this conversation, this is Reasonings Live. That was
Open up your eyes.
I still playing. My bad, y'all. Hey. So as we continue this conversation, I encourage people either share in the chat where you're from, share in the chat what you think about the songs, share in the chat just to share in the chat, and we're gonna keep the vibes going. That was Ubuntu. Yeah, where do we start from there? Anybody want to jump in first? Context.
Man, can I jump in first?
Go ahead, Rakim.
Yes.
Dave, bro, been crazy.
My dog.
my dog, man.
I
Like
could have done it without everybody, man. Y'all killed it.
I forgot that for some reason. I don't know why. Like to just now, I forgot that you had a moment on this. The backstory on this song is like
crazy
because we had to go back on this one because the emotion was so high. You know what I mean?
What everybody heard is like that still came after like the initial. You know what I'm saying? Like when ID went into his verse, like the only thing I knew about the song was I'm getting like it's literally like I'm an actor. I get a script, but they're not telling me what the whole story is about. So once I start hearing bits and pieces of the story, it's like, yo, you're talking about, like I saw him literally like days before, you know, he was killed. So it's like, it just, I didn't know how to like, you know, that was like a part of me like I had buried because I'm like, here I am, you know, you think that you move past stuff. You think that stuff doesn't really affect you, you know, that you're invincible, you know, when you're a kid and stuff. So, but now to kind of have those wounds reopened in a moment where it was like, it was very pure, organic, authentic, and it was done in a way where it was like, it wasn't just bothering me. So, to have that moment of release, I didn't even know that I needed it, you know, that was very powerful. So I don't want to take up all the time, but definitely that there was a whole experience prior to that next takeoff, if you will. So huge context to that. Like we were young, we were like in high school when all this was going down. So we're in our 30s now, so it's like to see all that stuff play out now. Yeah, that I thought that was very powerful. So definitely, man.
Jay.
Well, I guess I'll go next. Yeah, man, I felt like that was like your Hercules moment. You know what I mean? In that song right there. Because like before that, you was just getting acclimated. You came a long way. There was a reason why you was late.
Yeah. Oh, true.
You know what I mean? My man showed up with the hoodie. What's up? Oh, this is dope, you know? And then we was like we was already in the sauce, so to speak.
Was in a groove, man.
Yeah, we was deep. So on that song in particular, and I like to like highlight a point about, because you brought up a good point, Black, when you talk about, I guess you would categorize that as trauma, right? You thought you was over it, you know what I mean? It was still there lingering. You ain't heard about nothing about this in forever, right? We singing, and then for that to be the fuel that brought you into your voice in that moment. You know what I mean? There was a moment where I was up on that balcony. I told Jeter to, I'm like, I heard you go, yeah, you know? And I was like, hold up. I hopped up, went over the balcony, and I'm looking down, and I see you in front of the mic as if the mic had just punched you. You know what I'm saying? And you had your arms up like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then there's like those big bay windows right in front of you. You know, Pat and Rakim was like kind of looking at each other. You know, like the song was still going. I'm like, all right, at this very moment, what's he gonna do? Right? And then that's when the shots ring.
Hey, I still get goosebumps listening to that part, man. And just as like Justin went into it a little bit, it wasn't the mic that punched him. As we said earlier, so what had happened was Dave was singing from his phone, man, and I said, "Nah, he got to know that by now." I grabbed his phone, and Dave was like, he looked for a second, and then he started singing. He started singing.
And then from the depths of his soul, you hear me?
From the heart. That's where that trauma is, man. It's all in there. It's deep. It's buried.
And just I said that a little earlier too to Asa on the part 2 of the conversation and arts. We'll either get to that tonight if this don't run too long, or we'll drop it on Monday, the full conversation. And I told Ace, I was like, man, taking the phone out of his hand, Dave, I felt like that got you out of your head and thinking about the lyrics and put you right into your heart, man. And soul, man, like you sang that, like you built that up.
Because there was a little like trepidation, like, do I need my phone? Like, I don't want to forget no lyrics, but I should know them by now. Like,
but in your defense too, like the timeline was real short.
Yeah, it was.
It was like that song was the last song that was written before the session, right?
Yo, I didn't even think about that. So what had happened was again part 2.
We gotta tell. We
gotta tell that story. So Just and I, shout out to the Can, shout out to Asa, shout out to Kira. They allowed us to have their studio space.
Yes, thank
Just
you.
and I would have.
Shout out to Asa.
So Justin and I would have studio sessions probably like every other week. We would go in.
It was every week for a minute. Once we got the Bears, then we kind of split up a little bit. We got the blueprint, I should say.
Mm-hmm. And so we ultimately like would run through each track, figure out which tracks we wanted to do, which ones we didn't want to do. And ultimately what happened was I brought a verse for Ubuntu, and Just was like, nah, that ain't it, bro.
I ain't say that.
All right, well, tell them what you said then.
Yo,
you gotta say that.
Yo, because it ain't what we doing ain't, it ain't like a talent show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't like, yo, that don't sound like that's gonna hit with the blah, blah, blah. I'm not thinking about any crowds. I'm thinking about the subject matter.
Yeah.
Right? And the subject matter that we was talking about with Ubuntu, like, what I said was, it felt like you were far away from it.
Yep, I was gonna say that.
Nobody wants to hear a story from somebody who ain't in the story. Like, and then that led into this crazy conversation because, you just caught me at a moment where all of these topics, like, I go on binges, and if you get me on a subject matter, I just boom, boom, boom. We start talking about the neighborhood. We start talking about how things have changed since the 60s. You know what I mean? Like how my mother grew up in a neighborhood where doors weren't locked. Where you didn't have to worry about somebody diving into your stuff because everybody was looking out for each other. And then how it has changed now. And literally, remember, we was doing those vocal exercises where I had you laying on the floor.
Yep.
So he's laying on the floor in the can, and we've been going through songs. And this was like the last song, right, that we was going to work on before the end of the session. And he was already on the floor while we were listening to it. So I go into this talk, and he's been spitting his lyrics while laying down. Like we did Eyes Open back to back, maybe three times, right?
Right.
So he's in the mode, and I'm going, and I say, hold up. I check for a second, and I say, Chris, this your session, man. Let me know if we need to go to another song, do something. He's like, nah, you good, bro. I'm listening, right? And I said, word, okay. So I kept going. This turned into a whole conversation with Asa came in. What's the Puerto Rican dude's name? Marcus
Christopher.
Yeah, Marcus Christopher came in. Zagman was in there.
Yep.
And we just had a real conversation. And Chris took that. And he came back like a couple days later, and he was talking about stuff I forgot we was even talking about. And it was in the song, right? And he went from being outside of it to right in the middle, like an orchestrator, painting the picture. Yeah, so beautiful. That was a moment. That was a big moment.
Yeah, that was a moment. I totally forget about. I'm glad we're talking about it because I totally forgot about that moment. Like I keep thinking about the cabin stuff, and when we get back to that experience, like all the preparation,
that was our first session.
Yep, it was. It was.
And that set the tone for the rest of them.
Yep. And Ashley was there too. You can't forget about
Yep.
Ashley. Ashley was
Oh
there
yeah.
too.
Because what I said, I felt like you were far away. She gave me the nod. She was like, yes. You know.
But you,
like,
you didn't even say you did well. To quote you exactly, because I remember what you said. You was like, "You're up here. You need to be down here." That's exactly what you said. That's exactly what you said. So yeah, and then that turned out to be Ubuntu, which turned out to be this experience at the cabin. And it's crazy because I didn't even like the story about Dave and Hop, who I mentioned in the song. I didn't know that story about him seeing him a few days before until that day. And it wasn't purposeful that I withheld the rest of the lyrics from Dave. I was just trying to be a good steward of space and time. And I was like, he don't need to know my verse. He just need to know the chorus. So, but when it ended up being, serendipitous in a way. So, So that's Ubuntu.
Hold on, I got one more thing to say.
Oh, go ahead, Kim.
If y'all want, I feel like everyone on this live, this feed needs to hear Dave sing live.
Yes,
like the recordings is he's killing. Like the recording is great, but in person, when you feel that thing hits something different. You hear me?
Sir. Yes,
the
sir.
shots ring. For real, they ring.
You gotta be in the building.
Try.
Hey, so the band is now complete. We have O'Brien here on the stage with us. So shout out to O. It looks like he's walking through some stuff, so his phone's cutting in and out, but the final member of the band is here with us. And so we're just gonna keep vibing with the music. We're gonna keep vibing with the music. This next track is called Eyes Open. It is a mantra, and so it's something that we hope to allow you, hope that you allow it to seep into your soul, and I hope you feel that as we go through this song. So eyes open. Here we go.
Open up your eyes. Open up your eyes. Open up your eyes. Open up your eyes. See it through lights. See it through the skies. Open up your eyes. 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 See it through lights. See it through the skies. Open up your eyes. Open up your eyes. Open 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 your eyes. Your eyes open. I said open. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Open. eyes. Open your 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 eyes. Open up your eyes. Open up your eyes. Open up your eyes. See it through the lights. See it through the skies. Open up your eyes. 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 See it through the lights. See it through the skies. Open up your eyes. Open up your eyes. Your eyes. Oh, oh, no. Open up your eyes. Oh, no. Open up your eyes. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. No. Open your eyes. No. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Just open your eyes. Just open your eyes. 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 Just open your eyes. 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 Your eyes. Open 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 your eyes.
I gotta keep pressing pause. I gotta keep man. So that was Eyes Open. Y'all, I'm gonna say something, and hopefully y'all remember this. Just, do you remember what happened on this song?
What do you mean? Do I remember? I told you.
I know you remember. But Eyes Open is supposed to be a mantra, like we said, something that settles into your soul, something that you hear these words that are repeated over and over again, and they sit with you, they walk with you, they settle into your heart and soul, and you believe them. So the words that I wrote, seeing through the lies, seeing through disguise, I talked about this a little bit before when we think about what we just talked about prior to, right? Gun violence in the communities in which we live. And sometimes people may think like, yo, I don't have anything to contribute to the world, or I don't want to contribute to the world because of X, Y, and Z. And sometimes I battle with that myself, like having to share or being reluctant to share in some spaces, because I don't know if I will feel valued, or if it will come across, in a way that lands well. And that's what this song is about. It's about getting over that, seeing through the lies, seeing through the disguise of like downplaying your gifts and the things that you have to share out in the world. And so that's what this song means to me. And so saying that over and over, open up your eyes, seeing through the lies, seeing through disguise, open up your eyes. Like it's almost that like, yo, do it. And so every time I hear that song, I just think about this, think about the importance of sharing, connecting with people in your community, each one reach one, each one teach one. And so that's what I think about each time I hear this song. Anybody else want to jump in?
Before somebody else goes, I just want to say one thing. I thought you was going to be talking about something else.
Well, I was going to talk about it, but go ahead, talk about it.
Go ahead. I think Pat was going to talk. So.
Go ahead, Pat.
Y'all on mute.
Y'all on mute.
It's Rakim's computer, y'all.
What had happened was,
but I think on this song, this was like a moment where I think I trusted Just more, like, because we had just like jammed on this song like the night before. I think we trying to kill it, like we trying to really be more creative or try to tap in a certain realm on it. And Just was like, nah, we don't need that. Like, bring it here. Let's do this brush work on here. Like, do this, do that. So there was a moment where like I was like, man, all right, let me do it. So once I got the vibing with it, like I started feeling good. And after that song, like I trusted Just on every other song. Like I would ask him, like, yo, what you think we need to do right here? Like, what are you hearing up there? Because I really trusted his ear at that moment. So I think I took a higher step, even as a musician, during those sessions. So
that's beautiful, man. And I really appreciated that, man, because that's one of them things you get from people that's rare. Trust. We just met.
Right.
We just met, man. And I was getting that from all you guys, man. I was making a point to give you guys your space, and then when I felt there was something that was needed, I would speak. Like Chris had a sign up that said, "Say that shit."
Yeah.
Y'all remember that?
Yep.
Yeah. So, Chris, I thought that you was going to talk about how the take. Yeah, like my mind, I'm still in the actual cabin, like that one take, and then I gave you the recorder, the room recorder.
Yep. I was gonna let you get into that. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? That was man. Like
It's a hilarious moment. So I think we did this song probably like 4 times maybe. I think this
4
we
times.
have
We
on
did
that.
this song more than any other song.
Yeah, and so this take was like the 4th take.
Yeah, and the third one was
gold. It was gold. I wish we could bring that one back, but we got what we got. But what happened was we were shooting the video for this as we were recording, and so everything was kind of measured or
it was like heightened.
Yeah, it was molded around the video for sure.
Yeah.
And the first take we did it, the second take we did it, the third take was like, okay, we're not gonna audio record, we just gonna, let them hear themselves. And me and Dave, like it was me and Dave, we were finally in a position where we was like, oh, we know where we going. We
finally
locked in, and we went. And just came to me like, bro, I gotta talk to you outside.
Yeah.
That's the only time I got mad the whole session. I was so mad. I don't know why I was mad at Chris. I wasn't mad at you.
Just looked at Ashley. He was like, man, what? And she was like, just go tell him. and just like, Chris, I gotta talk to you outside. I'm all hype. I'm like, yeah, we nailed it. Yeah. Just record it. Just like we didn't record that one. I'm like, what?
And I almost stopped it. I almost stopped because we had a technical difficulty on CJ's end. You know, we got some feedback in the headphones, and he cut all the recording done. And I was going to stop the whole joint, but I'm like, nah, they still practice. They still trying to get it together. Just go ahead and let them do it. I didn't know you guys was going to go that long. You know, and that hard. Like, I was like that. Those takes, it can't be replicated. You know what I mean? Like, it's always going to be something different, you know? And I want to touch on one more thing before I cut my segment short. With Eyes Open, I felt like it was really good for everybody because everybody was so talented and they wanted to add so much. Like, everybody had to lay back a little bit, you know? Not even just you, Pat, you know? Orion also, we had some conversations about the guitar, you know? And at one point, you know, I had to call Rakim out. I'm like, hey, man, this track's called Eyes Open.
But I play with my eyes closed.
Hey, for context, Rakim was sleep playing the bass. He's so good. He's
still playing.
It's still playing.
Yeah, it took me a minute. Yeah, it took me a minute to get into this song. It took a little while. You know what I mean? But once I got into it, I was like, okay, the song is so repetitive.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But when you got to the end, he was like,
you can
hear Rakim.
Throw it in there.
At that point, it's like I gotta play it. So if I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna play it. You know,
That's the nice thing sometimes about a really kind of repetitious song like that, where like when one of the instruments does have like those 1 or 2 moments in the song when they can shine, if you really kind of execute something dope that fits in still with the mantra type vibe of the song, then it's sort of like a double win to make that happen.
Because it sticks out. It sticks out a lot more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
Hey, so let's go ahead and get into the next one. But before we do, Zach has to hop off from us, so we're gonna peace out to Zach, man. Thank you for your time, my brother. Congratulations.
Great to see you all. Great to be going over the music and sharing it with everyone.
Yeah,
so she's gonna be with us tomorrow, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna miss you. I'm definitely miss you, brother. Because Zach be keeping me in my place. I'm like, okay, we good. All right.
I'm with you in those charts.
For sure.
All right, Zach. Thank you, brother.
All right.
See y'all.
So we're gonna get into Search for the Crown. We got 2 more songs left. Search for the Crown, Noble King, and then we out of here. Thanks for rocking with us. Also, remember, y'all, subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like the content that I'm providing, and this is my YouTube channel.
That boy good.
That boy good.
Chain link fence to support, stopping me from falling off course. Gotta go and find out my way. Journey long, but I'm stepping before force toward the war. I'm using the wisdom of almighty source, using that wisdom and charting the course. Training my heart with every choice, no matter the rain, pain, shortcomings. Stepping through it, ain't running, feeling the feels, cracking the code to my inner shield and learning my lessons, reaping the blessings. Thankful to God, I'm moving the step. Chain link fence support, stopping me from falling off course. Gotta go and find out my way. Journey long, but I'm making a choice to use the microphone to amplify my voice. This is growth, this is soothing, this is healing. Now that you know, no matter the rain, pain, shortcomings, stepping through it, ain't running, feeling the feels, cracking the code to my inner shield and learning my lessons, reaping the blessings. Thankful to God, I'm moving and stepping. I'm searching a beat. Found in the light I've always wanted to see. And gotta believe that every time out I'm growing to be. I'm searching to be found in the light I've always wanted to see. And gotta believe that every time out I'm growing to be. I look to my source when all appears to be lost and hope hides. In those eyes, I remember that struggle's a part of the journey here. Embracing and making it a hurdle to hide. Moving away from fear, running it won't stop. Making a way, focused on making it clear. Focused on making it here. Shedding all of the tears over the years. I've been flowing and going to war. I'm stepping up, grabbing my armor and standing up. Protected from point to rear. No matter what stands in the way, I know my strength is to overcome. Overcome. Know that my strength is to overcome. Say, know that my strength is to overcome. No matter what stands in the way. Know that my strength is to overcome. No matter what stands in the way. Said, I know that my strength is to overcome. Overcome. No matter what stands in the way, said, I know that my strength is to overcome. No matter what stands in the way, said, I know that my strength is to overcome. No matter what stands in the way, said, I know that my strength is to overcome. No matter what stands in the way, said, I know that my strength is to overcome. No matter what stands in the way, said, I know that my strength is to overcome. No matter what stands in the way, said, I know that my strength is to overcome. No matter what stands in the way, said, I know that my strength is to overcome. No matter what stands in the way, said, I know that my strength is to overcome. Overcome. No matter what pleasure, wait, stay, none of my strength is to overcome.
Hey, look. Who am I? That boy good. Hey, P. Moss, talk to us a little bit about that, man.
All right.
Because you front and center in
this song, everybody's killing it. And I'm dropping the ball on like 3 takes in a row. And I know I'm doing bad at this point because Jeter looked at me like, it's all right, bro. Don't worry about it. Anytime somebody takes it's all right, bro. So I'm like, man, this man trying to make me feel better right now. Like, bro, just go outside, take a moment, just go chill. So I'm like, man, I know this song, but now I'm in my head. So all my combinations ain't nothing coming together. I'm forgetting how to change up between the bridge, and it was just everything was discombobulated. So that last take, I pretty much was like, man, I'm just gonna play, and it happened. Everything like and then Zach looked at me crazy too. You know, Zach is like one of the calmest musicians, man. He don't show no facial expression, but I missed a build up. And he looked at me like, God, dog. So I'm like, I know I'm messing up whenever Zach ain't even stalling me out right now. So,
I just let you know every time.
Yeah, I almost all drunk every time. But Zach was fed up. Zach was fed up with me at this point. So I finally I calmed down, man, locked in. And then once we got to the vamp, I was good to go. I was able just to lock in with G at that point and just play with it.
If y'all were to see, I'm gonna have to post this video again, man. But there was a video that CJ took from the balcony of us playing the song, and like I think it was after the vamp, after I'm overcome. And I think this was a take that we didn't use, but it was one of the takes that you really killed it, Pat. And I was finishing at the mic, and I walked back because I was like, I really don't know what to say right now, and I'm gonna stop. And I walked back, and I was in my mind, I'm like, let me say something else. I feel like I gotta say something else. And then you just start wailing, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, I waved my hand like I'm good. I can't say nothing else because Pat going crazy. It was like one of those church wave offs, like, yeah, it's going, like, yeah, don't quench the spirit, my brother.
Man, I really appreciated the band though. Like everybody like had that grace with me, like gave me my chance to have my moment. I think everybody had a moment like throughout the space where somebody messed up, we couldn't get a certain thing, but we all lifted each other up and everybody was like, look, man, don't worry about it. You got it, you can do this. I'm like, all right. Yeah. I needed that encouragement at that time, you know.
Yeah, nah, brother. You took it and ran with it for sure. You found the crown, my brother.
Yeah.
Yo, but yeah, anybody else want to jump in before we hop into the last track?
Yo, I gotta say that I like that system of a down type flip up that happened as a result of that pocket getting filled in. You know what I mean? I know that. You know, it's like in the water, we went there first at the end of the water because everything was so peaceful, right?
Yeah.
And then you was like, keep going.
Yeah, at the end.
You know, with the tears.
Yep.
And then this one came about, and I liked like how the song completely switched, and I felt like a System of a Down type of vibe, and I saw another color of your voice. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I like that, and I'm waiting for the next joint. You know, go over the top with it.
Yeah, because it was definitely guttural. It was definitely guttural on that joint.
And they're really good reference of how like dynamics in music. Because they got some soul, you know, like some of their breakdowns and stuff are so just groovy, you know, and then it goes straight into wake up. You know, you just never know when you're gonna get it. I like that. That's a part of this project, that energy.
Thank you, brother. Well, last but not least, and before we get out of here, we're gonna play this last track, Noble King.
Turn me up.
And here we go.
Seeing the sacrifices I gotta make, deeper meaning searching by the lake. See myself reflected, then I say how I'm gonna move through the pain. Yesterday had golden plans. Yesteryear had it all together, wrestled inside where my footsteps weren't matching up where I thought I led them. Monday night raw suplex, Thursday night smackdown lesson when I gotta wrestle die. So I gotta muster courage to wrestle it best, laying down all of that pressure to rest, lightly maneuver through all of the stress, stand on my two without a regret, king of the flesh. Gotta make sure that I'm honest, the cure for my pain and sitting in silence. I take the lesson and bliss and witness and grow, feeling connected, on that grow, sharing the service, moving the purpose, with peace connecting and me, waking up and fulfilling my dreams of walking in truth, being a king.
Who are you when the lights go off? I need to know. I've been focused for years, cycling to a growth. Who am I? Noble with a shadow of hurt, but explore the pain by opening up. Yeah, I've been rolling up to stand in the world of trust, to look in the eyes of pain and stand in the world of lust. Saying lose my balance, tripping fall, but then pick it up. Begin again and keep the crown still, cause noble kings will. I've been cycling between love and hate, checking connection for the strength of signal. I ain't got time to fake, plus faith will shift the weights when I assimilate, cause I'm not honoring hieroglyphics effortlessly. Ecstasy, you leave me to ecstasy, walking on tight ropes, high heights, but it's destiny. Not afraid to fall, no afraid to fail. I'm stepping divinely, so I'm aware what we shown was for me or what ain't. And I'm committed to the path of learning from all my pain. I'm committed to the path, to the practice, to the tablets. Then it's all through the rain. That's when growth happens. That's when I gain the power to look at the world and boldly stand tall in the presence of greatness. My presence is great, all and I pick it up. But again and keep the ground still, cause noble kings will. That's a noble king's will. And a noble king will. A noble king's will. A noble king will. I gotta make sure that I'm honest with you for my pain and sit in the silence, to listen and blessing, witnessing growth, feeling connected, under the growth, sharing the service, moving the purpose, with peace connected to me, waking up and fulfilling my dreams and walking the truth. I gotta make sure that I'm honest with you for my pain and sit in the silence, to listen and blessing, witnessing growth, feeling connected, under the growth, sharing the service, moving the purpose, with peace connected to me, waking up and fulfilling my dreams and walking the truth. Gotta make sure that I'm honest with you for my pain and sit in the silence, to listen and blessing, witnessing growth, feeling connected, under the growth, sharing the service, moving the purpose, with peace connected to me, waking up and fulfilling my dreams and walking the truth. I gotta make sure that I'm honest to keep on my pain and sit in the silence and listen and blessing, witnessing growth, feeling connected, under the quote, sharing the service, moving the purpose, with peace connected to me, waking up and fulfilling my dreams and walking the truth. I gotta make sure that I'm honest to keep on my pain and sit in the silence and listen and blessing, witnessing growth, feeling connected, under the quote, sharing the service, moving the purpose, with peace connected to me, waking up and fulfilling my dreams and walking the truth. I gotta make sure that I'm honest to keep on my pain and sit in the silence and listen and blessing, witnessing growth, feeling connected, under the quote, sharing the service, moving the purpose, with peace connected to me, waking up and fulfilling my dreams and walking the truth. Yeah. 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 That's it.
Man,
that was crazy. Yes, sir.
Noble King to close it all out. What an experience. Definitely another P Moss class. Anybody want to jump in and talk about this track?
Oh man, I'll jump in. This track, I don't even know where to begin. Like this track, it was just so fun. You know what I mean? Yeah. So fun, so much energy. You know what I mean? So much energy. And then how the song kind of like structured, how we kind of like structured the ending. It was just like everybody had so many ideas and was doing so much. And that the last half of the song, it was like, yo, you're sounding crazy right now. We need to put that in here, but let's make sure we all on the same page. Dang, Pat, you doing something. We got to make sure we add this in here. Kim, you doing something. We got to make sure you add. Everybody was doing something. and how we structured that up. You know what I mean? It was just
the crazy
fire.
thing is Jeter pulling up the whiteboard like, all right, we're gonna do this part
Yeah,
right here, this part right here, this part right here. Then we're gonna end with this. We're gonna do this right here. And he's like, when I make this symbol, we doing this. Like, but this song was so free, it was structured. As hell, to be honest. It was structured.
Say that part again, Pat. Say that part again.
Which one?
The last thing you just said, something about structure.
Oh yeah, it was. I said it. For it to be so free, like it was still structured. It was very structured.
Yeah,
Thank you, bro. Yeah, we definitely pulled out the whiteboard on that because everybody was going in different directions. Like, what do we do next? What do we do now? And it was like, all right, well, we gotta do this, but then we gotta go into cowboy. We gotta do the backfield. It was like, in order for us to do all of this, we gotta bring out the whiteboard, please.
Yeah, it was so much, but it was like it was. That song is it's fun. It's fun. Like it
showed our compromise too as a group because everybody's idea didn't get to just take over. You know, like I think O had a lot of ideas. We all had ideas, but everybody kind of had to do it for the collective on that song.
And that's what I appreciated about that, man. And like that, because I think we did those two, Search for the Crown and Noble King, kind of together. And it was the day before we did Water, Eyes Open, and the other Water, Eyes Open, and Ubuntu. and when we did these two songs, it was just like they were so like energetic. I'm glad we did those two first, man, because it was like that took us up so high, and like the bar was so high that it was just like, wow, what are we doing? I remember going back to Search for the Crown. Like, I can remember when we first started doing it and we did the vamp part where I was like, overcome.
Yeah.
Like, and I had to stop because I was like, I'm about to cry right now. I kept like, yeah, we following you, bro.
Wherever you go, that's a fact. Wherever you go, we going.
And so, and it was funny just because of the fact that like we had the opportunity to really just keep going and set the bar really high, but then also to bring it down when we needed to. You know what I'm saying? and do all that, man. Yeah. So Noble King, bro. Noble King.
Yeah. Another example.
That's crazy, bro. I don't know if y'all just saw that comment. It's crazy, bro.
Nah, I ain't see it.
Hey, yo, Wes is stupid, bro.
Somebody said that one of my homies said that that Dave looks like Eddie Winslow.
I don't think so.
Hey, you gotta relax. You gotta relax, bro. You gotta relax.
He crashing the party.
Yeah, he come here crashing the party.
Much love to you, Wes, though. What was you about to say, Justin?
Another example of how like the dynamics of working. One of the things I was really excited about this project, that really excited me about this project, was that you were going into the live element. Remember when we first had the conversation when you were like, all right, man, I want to do this next project and I really want you to be a part of it, you know, just to kind of help guide me and make some decisions, you know what I'm saying? And I told you, I was like, man, this is exciting. I told you, I said, you haven't seen me in this element, you know, and I haven't seen you. And I was excited to see you. And to hear those songs go from like the production aspect of just having beats, I mean, and then you get in there with a band, and then we got these whole different segments that are produced because of it in a whole nother energy, like I said, a color of your voice coming about because you got Pat behind you and Rakim, you know, and y'all are feeding off of each other's energy. And when it was going up, you know, like you sent everybody up. You know, and then it's like you kept going up, you know, and then your cadence, like your cadences are so dope, and they could be applied to different things. That's why I always send you such crazy music all the time, you know, because you never know like what might spark the next sequence of prose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And gotta make people something to tell me the same and I'm down and some of them blessings, open the hope, giving them blessings, giving them hope.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh,
Your
we
phone
lost him.
must have just died.
We lost him.
Somebody must have called him. One of the two. But he's still in. He's still here.
One thing I want to just point out when Pat said like everybody sacrificed. You know what I'm saying? Like compromised for the good of the project. And I feel like one person that like we all did it. But I know one person that I just feel like just compromised a lot or was really just for the not for the ride, was really just for the good of the album was Zach. Cause Zach, I don't people y'all might not hear it as much on the track on this album, but Zach is a monster on keys, like
monster.
Wicked, like he's really crazy. But he instead of choosing a route of y'all gonna hear me or I'm gonna make sure I'm heard or be in the limelight, he took the back seat and was like, all right, I need to just play this. Okay, I'll play in this pocket for the good of the album to make sure the album comes out the way it needs to come out. You know what I mean? And so that's something that's something I noticed when we was at the cabin. So I even made mention to it to Chris for our first show. Like afterwards, I was just like, yo, I don't think Zach really didn't get off on the live album. And I kind of like just made mention like, yo, we should make some time during the live shows that we have done to like showcase him because he's
ridiculous, man.
Yes,
to find a great piano player is hard to find. So when you have one, you really want to make sure that he's. I wanted to make sure that he's seen and heard because too good not to be. You know what I mean? Too good not to be.
Yeah.
Playing all their keys without transpose.
Yes, sir. You know what I mean?
That's a big deal.
Yeah, big deal.
Yeah, man. I appreciate all of y'all, man. And this is a thank you to each of you here. Justin, Pat, Rakim, Dave, Orion, who's not here, Zach, who just left, CJ from Ceiling Glade, who's not here as well. Ashley, babe, for being here. Ashley, my sister, for being backstage. My family, who always supports me 100% of the time through my music, and friends and family who also support me, through my music, man. I just want to say thank you to each of y'all and all of y'all for always being there, always being supportive and listening to the music, man. And being appreciative of it and sharing with me how it makes you feel and what you think about it and stuff, man, because it impacts me the same way. So thank each person who's come through this session tonight. Make sure y'all buy tickets for tomorrow. The link is scrolling down below for tickets to the show in Richmond at the Boombox. Check my Instagram to see how to get there and where to park. Tickets are still on sale on Eventbrite. They going like hotcakes. I keep getting emails of people buying them. And so I'm excited for y'all to get in that space and that venue and hear each of these songs live because it gives it a whole nother feel. And it is dope. It is powerful. It is moving. Last show we did the Water Part 1. And that was probably like the first song. I was already crying. I never cry on the Water Part 1, but I cried that time. I cried that time, and yeah, man. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. And let's go around to everybody here on the video. Any last remarks about the project, about this experience before we close out? It's been 2 hours and 9 minutes, and I'm thankful for everybody that's been rocking with us the whole time. And so we're gonna go around and close out.
I'll pop it off. I want to give the kudos to you, and I want to piggyback on what Pat mentioned earlier, and I wanted to make sure I drew back to it. When we were at the cabin, we started our day with intentions. And like we made sure that we all were aligned of what we wanted to do, what we were here for, to make sure that everybody was on the same page. And I think that was a big thing that helped us throughout the whole weekend. You know what I mean? Is those intentions, those morning intentions. But then I also want to thank you for providing that space for everybody to like have their moments. Because even myself, I don't know if y'all remember, like we had practiced those songs, like what specifically Water Part 2 on Saturday. And remember, that was my day. I just kept messing up. I kept messing up that song. I kept messing up. It was to the point where it was like, yo, I gotta walk outside. I need to take me a moment, like really go outside and walk around by myself. Because I was, and it's because we all are professionals. We all have been here before, and it, you know, and you hold yourself to a specific standard. And it was like, yo, I know the song, I know what I'm doing, but why am I? And it was frustrating me. But you was just like, yo, bro, you're gonna be good, like you're gonna be straight, you're gonna be good. But you provided that grace for me, and everybody did. They was like, yo, Kim, you're gonna be good, like don't worry about it, whatever, like you're gonna be straight. But I appreciate y'all saying that and giving me that grace and giving me the time to like have that moment to myself when I went outside, because it really helped. And then it showed when we came back on Sunday morning, hit one. You know what I mean? So I definitely appreciated that. The whole weekend. I mean, I can't wait to the next one. But that was I really appreciate that from everybody. You know what I mean? So
again, but it goes back to, bro, you just said some powerful stuff, man. Like, you know, that grace that you have for yourself too, you know.
Yeah.
Like I hope that when we all get in these ruts, in these experiences of doubt, these experiences of fear, these experiences of feeling like we can't overcome, that we listen to this project and we get that jolt of energy that we need to make it up over that hurdle, up over that fence. You know what I'm saying? And so thank y'all for engaging in this project, and even the people out there listening. Thank y'all for engaging in this project, and I hope y'all get that same jolt of energy that y'all need in those moments. Like when I talk about this project is, you know, a sonic solace. You know, it's like sonic solace, like a space that you come to when you need healing and growth and that motivation and inspiration to continue to move through whatever challenges you're facing. And so, Rakim, you just hit the nail on the head, man. That's what I hope everybody pulls away from it. Like, you need to go do that walk and listen to this joint, do it. But when, as you journey through this journey of song number 1, tears, song number 2, pain, song number 3, introspection, song number 4, I'm overcoming, song number 5, I did it, and I dare somebody else to do it.
What?
Come on. That's each of the songs. That's how this album goes. That's how this album goes. And so thank you, Rakim, for saying that, man, because that's exactly what this album is, man. But yeah, somebody else take the mic.
I'll go next since we're in the same house. But I gotta even piggyback off Rakim again, man, because I think Jeter, man, you set an atmosphere where we really left the egos at the door from like day one. With setting those intentions, not feeling like you too high that nobody can say nothing to you. Not feeling like, because you know, a lot of us are booked, a lot of us played at different shows, we played with different musicians, but we all came in and it wasn't no egos, man. It was an open atmosphere. You created the games for us to have our icebreaker moments. Like me and O clicked. And when we first got there, I'm like, man, me and Rakim was hanging, you know, but I'm like, man, I don't know how. I'm a social person, but I'm still like, all right, how we gonna click? Like, what it's gonna be like? Then once we get to do the icebreakers, man, O talking, and that's my homie, you know what I mean? Like, and just the whole experience was amazing. It was more than just music. Like, it was a moment that men could let our guard down. We could be vulnerable. We could cry if we needed to. We had a moment where we prayed. We had moments where we talked. We ate. We laughed. Like, we connected. Then we connected creatively. So it was just, man, it was the cabin was transformative. It was different.
Facts. Hey, one funny moment, because this popped in my mind. Like, shout out to Pat. He was the chef for the weekend, But the other hilarious part about that, Justin talking about your burgers was hilarious. But also Justin, remember Justin was like, "Hey, everybody, come around here." So like, listen up, everybody, listen up. Everybody having their conversation, and then everybody turned to Justin like, "All right, what are you about to say?" He like, "Keep your glasses, cause we don't got no more left."
Yeah. Vegas was like, "Yeah, bro, I thought you were gonna make a speech."
And the crazy thing,
glasses, because we don't got no more. Like, yo, we was just about to say something sentimental, man. He was like, "That's right."
Yeah.
And crazy thing, I'm usually killing on the grill, man. But that day it was a bad day.
Yeah, you had an off day.
But Jess ate the burger. Jess ate the burger. Like, man, it ain't good bad. It's good. We get the house. The burger is a little dry though.
You got distracted for one second. You had them on the top row. They was good, but the grill was still too hot and they got dry.
Yeah, they got dry.
You know, he's like, "I ain't gonna give you no hockey puck," and gave me hockey. It's all right.
Yeah. Keep it going, Just.
Man, I gotta say that it felt good to see people come together so organically, you know, and to do something that felt so professional, yet it wasn't casual, yet it wasn't like production, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like we were like Pat said, we were squared away but free at the same time. We had structure, but we were free, you know. And I appreciated everybody's trust. And it had been a long time since I walked into a room like that and felt like a piece of it, you know, and was just like, as soon as I met all you guys, you know, and it was easy for me, you know. The hard part for me came after I was on my way home back from this session. So while everybody was having their moments, you know, I was cool, you know, and then come to find out that my uncle had died in a truck driving accident on that same weekend, on that Sunday, and I was driving down on Monday, and I had my family calling me, but they didn't want to say nothing, you know. But it was beautiful because on that same night where I was telling everybody keep their shot glasses, you know, the hard, uncomfortable truth about that was that my uncle was dying that night. You know, that was his last night. He didn't know it. We didn't know it. And it was beyond synchronicity, you know. And I hope that he was up there and he could see where his nephew was at that time. And I know he would have been happy. You know, he'd have been real happy. He's still happy. So I wanted to just give a shout out to my uncle, Eric Brown. I called him Optimus Brown because he was a bad driver, boy. Like great, like bad, like great. Like
I was about to say, hopefully not bad.
No, he was great. He was great. I used to drive with him when I drove tractor trailers. And man, we got stuck in Louisiana one time, right by the Superdome. It was terrible. It was my fault. And he got us out of there, man. You see people snap into action, you know, when you're in a tight spot, you know, and you get to see a different side of people's characters. And I feel like this session too was a different format of that. Like we was all in a tight spot, so to speak. We only had a couple days. We didn't know each other. And it all brought a different piece of us out, you know, that we needed to see again, all of us, you know. So even if we didn't want to see it, brought the tears up, you know. So I felt like this session prepared me for what I was about to go into. And all these songs will always remind me and keep me strong, like you were saying, like what you hope for other people to really enjoy in the project. That's all solidified in my heart, man. You know. So when I say that, you know, like once this thing was done and I'm listening to it and that feeling of, you know, getting through, and persevering, Noble King, we did it, you know, and then it's on to the next one.
Yep.
However that looks for all of us, you know.
Right.
So love.
Peace to your uncle, man. Rest in peace.
For sure.
Thank you, brother. Dave.
Man, I don't know, man. I am in awe of this whole experience, man. And I'm just forever grateful. And yeah, I just feel like I gained new friends / family members, you know. It was that kind of experience. Like you said, everybody was like, we left egos at the door, and we were able to just really like have a moment, a few moments, multiple moments, you know, but definitely where it was just something where, you know, the veils were gone if there were any, and we could really just be transparent and with not just with each other, but with ourselves. And I think for me, Ubuntu really showed me there was more. It felt like an iron sharpens iron kind of situation. Everybody's like professional, and we're all like pretty much driving one another to be the best versions of ourselves. But with Ubuntu, it felt like I had already felt like it was something different. But with Ubuntu, it felt like, okay, maybe this is talking to me. Maybe it's speaking to me. You know what I'm saying? And I can identify with what is being said. I know I can identify with what's being said because it's something that actually took place. But even if it wasn't relevant to me, I think it would still have a similar impact with somebody. And I think that is what's powerful about that. That you could. I don't think any of us went into this knowing that we were going to be in such a situation where it was so therapeutic. Like, I've never been in a situation like this. It was always like you're in a writer session and you got to crank out as much as you can. Doesn't really matter how good it is, quality or anything like that. Just crank it out on a dope beat and we'll keep it moving. But with this, it definitely was something organic. It's something that I super like appreciate. You know, it was very great having those moments with everybody and seeing everybody in their craft doing what they do to the maximum. Like it was great. So yeah, I'm not gonna take that off.
Dave.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate all y'all again, man. Thank you. We 2 hours and 22 minutes in, about to be 2:23. Thank y'all. Thank everybody.
Thank you.
Just want to, yeah, no problem, bro. I just want to give some thank yous before we close out. Shout out and thank you to the Virginia Commission for the Arts. I'm a songwriting fellow for the state of Virginia for this year. Thank you to them for their contributions and support of this project. Virginia Humanities, the Contemporary Arts Network, Seal and Glade Cabin, Dr. Raphael Travis, who I got to see this week out in Texas for his 50th hip hop event, which like all that stuff that I learned and that's coming soon, man. It's some crazy stuff. Hip hop is on the rise for sure. So my mom, my twin brother, my sister, Ashley, my girl Ashley, the rest of the family, my uncles, aunts, cousins, everybody that you saw in the video. Thank y'all so much for being here, man. And if anybody forgot, my line brothers that's in attendance, shout out to y'all. Everybody that's in attendance, shout out to y'all. Thank you. And I hope y'all keep streaming Reason is Live. And also subscribe to the channel, like this video for all the content that I'm providing, and make sure you buy a ticket for the show tomorrow. Richmond, Virginia, RVA Boombox. We live tomorrow. DJ Worldwide West on the ones and twos. Marcus Christopher on hosting. Tyler Donovan, Deuce Banks, and all of us that you see here on the screen. We'll be there tomorrow. All right, thank y'all.
Hold on.
Man, we wanted to say thank you to Ashley, man. She made sure we ate the whole time.
Keep going.
For sure.
So she did it all. Had breakfast when we got there.
Took pictures,
videos,
pictures.
Made sure we was straight. And
made sure she got you some tea. I think one day.
Like drove and got the food.
So
yeah,
appreciate
you.
Yeah.
Thank you, babe, for sure. You know how I go, baby. So she definitely behind the scenes right now, and as well as my sister Ashley too, behind the scenes, man. Love y'all to life, as always. She sounds like a wife.
Hey, you know nothing to me, but I ain't gonna say that. Look, his mom going off.
They going off. They going crazy right now.
They going crazy right now, man. Word.
All right, sorry, man. We let you go, G.
Nah, y'all good, man. Thank y'all for y'all love and support, man. As always, much gratitude, much love, and we'll see y'all next time.
Yes, sir. See you tomorrow, bro.
Peace.
Tomorrow. Yes, sir.